it's me, Katie. Welcome back to my channel. For today's video, I'm going to show you guys how I make my thumbnails on my iPhone. But before I get started with today's video, I want to talk about my posting schedule. So I'm sorry I did not post on Monday. I never not post on my posting schedule days unless I have schoolwork, I'm sick, or I'm too lazy and I don't have a video idea. But I had an essay to do and I was actually pretty busy over spring break and wasn't able to film, so that is why. But I have decided that I am not going to be posting on Mondays anymore and I'm only going to be posting on Saturdays. So yeah, I'm only going to be posting once a week instead of twice a week. So I've been posting videos on YouTube for 4 years, and when I first started YouTube, I posted 3 times a week, every Mondays, Thursdays, and Saturdays, and that was getting too much. I don't know how I did it, and I just brought it down to Monday and Saturday, and I've been doing that for a couple years, but I decided to only do once a week. I feel like it's easier. I have more time to film a video, edit a video, and yeah. Alright, so that's all I had to say for my posting schedule. Now on to the actual video of how I make my thumbnails. And I make my thumbnails using my iPhone. When I first started making videos for YouTube, I did not make thumbnails because I didn't know how. And like months and months, like I would say like 5 months into having a YouTube channel, I finally discovered how to enable thumbnails, because I used to use like the disgusting screenshot YouTube gave you, and they were like the worst screenshots ever. And I finally figured out how to enable thumbnails and was able to use, you know, apps to make thumbnails, and I was pretty happy about it because my thumbnails would look so bad because it would be like the random screenshots from my videos that YouTube would give me. So the app I used to make thumbnails on was called PicCollage. Not that it's bad or anything, but I started using PicMonkey, and that might sound familiar to you because basically like a lot of YouTubers use PicMonkey to make their thumbnails and their banners and things like that. And I just thought that PicMonkey you had to pay for like on a computer, but it's actually a free app. There are some things that you can pay for on the app, but the things that I use are free. So everything that I'm showing you, I do for free. But there are some things on the app that you have to pay for, but I don't pay for anything. I just use whatever they give me. So I'm currently screen recording, as you can see, and I'm going to show you how I make my YouTube thumbnails on the app PicMonkey, and you guys should definitely get PicMonkey if you are a YouTuber. I definitely recommend using this app to make your thumbnails, and I also use this app to make my YouTube banner. But I just took a photo for my thumbnail on my iPad, and I airdropped it to my phone to show you guys how I make my thumbnails. So basically I'm going to show you guys how I make my thumbnails. Literally, I'm going to show you how to make... What am I trying to say? I am going to show you how I make my thumbnail for this video specifically. Yeah, that's what I was trying to say. So basically when I open the app, this is what I see. It says blank canvas, edit a photo, my hub, upload photos. My hub, I think, is a thing you pay for, but I click edit a photo, and then I click the photo I just took, which is this one. And I try to keep my thumbnails as simple as possible. I don't really like to make them like super crazy. Sometimes they're different, sometimes they're the same. As you can tell, some of the fonts are usually the same. But most of the time when I'm like making videos where I'm like sitting in front of my bed, I like the text to be over my head. If there's like headroom, I like to do the text over my head, if you guys have noticed in my videos. So basically it says share, edit, add to, and delete at the bottom, and I go right to edit. And the first thing that I do, I don't put any filters on the photo. I just leave the color the same. I don't make it brighter or darker or anything like that, like my Instagram photos. I just leave the lighting the same for my thumbnails. But I go straight to text, and I'm going to type out how I edit. I can't type edit my thumbnails. I seriously can't spell on iPhone. I'm going to try to keep it short and simple for the thumbnail, but the title will be a little longer and worded differently. Sometimes the title and the thumbnail titles will be the same, sometimes they'll be different. Sometimes I don't have titles in my thumbnails. It always depends. But I'm just going to show you how I make my thumbnail for this video specifically. So I like to curve my text, as you can see. So after I'm done typing it, I click on the text, or I click text and then click on the text, and then I click curve on the bottom, and I like to, curve it above my head, make it a little smaller so it's not too wide. I like to make it fit nice. I don't know, I just really like the curve over my head. For some reason, I just like the text over my head, and I just like how it curves. I see a lot of YouTubers do that. I'm going to bring it down a little bit. And then I'm going to press the check mark in the corner. But that brings me out of the text. I don't know why I keep doing that. And then I also like to shadow my text. And I click shadow. And then I click distance. And then I just... Sometimes I do that. Sometimes I don't. I think I'm going to leave it like that on 17. I go back to shadow. I think I'm going to go all the way up on angle. I really like how that looks. And then I put a little blur on it. I don't know, I kind of just play around with it. Again, not all my thumbnails are always the exact same. This is what I'm doing for this specific thumbnail. I don't always do the same thing for every single thumbnail. But, and then if I go back to text and click on the text, then I sometimes choose a different font. I really like the Deep Impact font that's already on the letter. But I could just go through it and see if I like any of the other ones. Well, that one's nice. Combica Axis, I think it's called. I don't know, something different. Usually I just do the one that's already there. And then usually I'll go and change the color, which is the part I'm on the longest, because I never know which color to choose. Maybe that one. That one's a nice one. And then sometimes I'll go back and I'll fix the curve to make sure it's good enough. So basically all I do for my thumbnails is just work on the text. And then I also want to go to graphics, and then if I go to shapes, no. Symbols, no. Design, okay, I'm trying to find... Bingo, at the bottom there's social media little symbols, and I'm gonna click on the PicMonkey one to show PicMonkey is the app that I use for my thumbnails. I don't know where I'm going to put it. Maybe I was thinking about putting it on my phone. Oops. Putting it on my phone, but I feel that would be too small. So I'm just gonna put it big. Nope. I'm gonna put it big in the corner. PicMonkey is being weird today. And I also think I'm going to use the YouTube one too. I just go down. There's YouTube. I'm going to put that up there also. And then I'm also thinking about changing the color. I don't know, maybe to something, I don't know, maybe blue or something. I'm not sure. I always go back and change the color, change the font, because I am so indecisive and don't know what to choose. Maybe I'll go with this one, the tealish kind of color. It's called Mermaid Gown. I like that. And if I wasn't pointing to my phone, sometimes I would use an arrow symbol and just point to something, put little stickers or something. But honestly, that's basically it. I like to keep my thumbnails simple. I don't like to make them too crazy. But I feel like I always, like after I save it, I always go back to it and change like a little thing. I don't know. I think I'm going to have this curve more. Or I don't know, maybe I'll change the font. I don't know if I'm really like liking the font anymore. Maybe I'll go back to like the original font they gave me. What was that called? Deep Impact? I don't know, I always use that one, like the one they already give me, because I really like it. And it's like on most of my thumbnails anyway. I feel like my thumbnails have a theme with that font. So maybe I'll just like keep that. And I feel like the pick monkey symbol is kind of too big. Oh my gosh, it keeps thinking I'm clicking on the text, but I'm not trying to use that. Alright, and I think I'm done. All I do is press the check mark, save, and camera roll, and it automatically saves to my camera roll. Alright guys, so that's how I make my YouTube thumbnails. Again, it's not the same every single time I make a thumbnail because I like to change it up a little bit, but that's how I made this thumbnail for this video. Let me know by giving this video a thumbs up if you want to know how I edit my Instagram pictures. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I'll see you guys in my next one. Bye!